My name is John Laughlin. I'm the CTO at NGen. I'm really pleased that everyone's here today, and ultimately what we want out of today is really great advanced manufacturing projects. So thank you very much all for your time. Canadian manufacturing is being disrupted. Increased global competition and game-changing new technologies demand a 21st century response. To compete in an era of advanced manufacturing, we must leverage Canada's strengths and combine our manufacturing capabilities and our technologies in order to benefit for Canada overall. And this is where NGen plans to play. We have a number of tools at our disposal. One of them, and not an insignificant one, is $190 million of federal funding that will be invested into industry-led, industry-designed projects, which is what we're about today. And each one of those projects will be assessed by a set of independent assessors. So fundamentally, what makes a supercluster project? We tried to boil this down to three simple things. Not unsurprisingly, first of all, it's about advanced manufacturing. We are Next Generation Manufacturing Canada. We are a national program, and we are all about advanced manufacturing. What is the new thing? We're looking for something new here. We're looking for every project lead and every project partner to provide new advanced manufacturing knowledge, new advanced manufacturing technologies, applications, solutions, and processes. And that will create new partnerships, new intellectual property, new jobs, new markets, and new opportunities. And finally, it must leave a legacy. Our projects must leave a legacy beyond the consortium itself. We want every project partner to succeed and create lots of money, but we also want it to be bigger. With our taxpayers' money, we want this to leave a real, fundamental, lasting legacy beyond the consortium itself. We want to improve skills and develop the workforce. I mean, employment and getting a new, flexible, dynamic workforce is really key. We want to provide new training opportunities. And today, it's not just about manufacturers and technology companies in the audience. We've got organizations that provide training platforms. So seek out all the different partnerships that you might need to build the best consortium. And we want to support SMEs. And we want to leave a legacy by developing new models and new platforms for others. So I'm going to quickly walk you through the process. All these slides will be available, and the process is online. We do a webinar that goes into a lot more detail, so I'm going to do a very high-level skip through this process. As Jay said, the first thing you need to do is become a member. Seek out Bridget. She is one of the most amazing networkers that I've ever met and seen. I'm sure you'll find her, and she will have laptops to help you register today if you want to, or you can register on your phone. But first of all, become a member of NGen. It is free. You literally just need to fill out an application form. Every project has to have a consortium of 3 private sector companies. So that's 1 lead plus 2 private sector partners. And that needs to include at least 1 SME. We've got some different definitions about private sector, and that's all in the fine print online on our website. But fundamentally, it's a consortium of at least 3. We encourage more, and we encourage the participation of lots of different types of organizations, but that's the fundamental basics. I'm often asked, what are the project sizes? Well, for us, indicatively, it's about between $1 million and $20 million total project size. But if you've got a project that's $800,000, please come and speak to us anyway. Lots of disruptive innovation can happen with smaller amounts of money. And for every $1, we reimburse that at 44.4%. So your $1 million project will attract $440,000 of NGen reimbursement. So to step through the process, it's a 6-step process. The first step is project screening. We have a form online. You can register online, get on the form, and it's check boxes. It's tick a box. Are you incorporated in Canada? Will you do the work in Canada? Do you have 3 partners? Do you want NGen to help find some partners for you? It's really light touch. It's really simple. It's a quick to know. Are you eligible for funding? If you're eligible and you want to proceed with bidding in for a project, then we also do a financial screening, and that's just a screening to ensure that you're financially stable for the duration of the project, to make sure that in essence, we don't put money into organizations that could go insolvent over that period of time. Then we ask you to do an initial application, and we ask 10 questions. The entry point at the initial application and the full application is exactly the same 10 questions. It's just the level of detail is different. And so I'll quickly go through those 10 questions. The very first question we ask is, what's the idea? What is the project? What's the opportunity? What's your big sort of ambitious idea that's new, bringing new knowledge, new technology to advanced manufacturing? And then we get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty. What's your project management approach? What's your technical approach? What's your risk management plan? Give us, for the initial application, give us a high-level project plan. Explain to us, inherently we want risky projects. Inherently, we're looking for pushing the boundaries. So we're looking for risk. But we want to understand that you've identified those risks, whether they're managerial or technical or commercial or legal. We want to see that you've identified them and that you've got appropriate mitigation strategies against those. We don't want to fund risky projects because they're badly managed. We want to fund risky research, development, and innovation. Then we ask a real fundamental question for us. So what is transformative? What is the new piece of knowledge that is truly transformative for Canada? And how does it push the boundaries of leading edge technology and business practice on a global scale? How is this project really unique and transformative? And what is the market potential? So what's the sector you're playing in? What's the market you're trying to, what's the addressable market that you're trying to attack? And what are the market dynamics? Is it a growing market? Is it a declining market? What are the hurdles? What are the barriers to entry to that market? And then we get into what are the benefits. So what are the economic benefits? We want to see significant commercial benefit for the lead partner and all of the partners within the project, but we also want to understand what the return on investment is for the Canadian taxpayers' money. So what is the job growth? Is it more high-value jobs? What is the economic returns? What's the GVA impact of your project to Canada? And then what are the ecosystem benefits? So how does this, again, benefit beyond your consortium? How does this benefit Canada's advanced manufacturing ecosystem? What are the social benefits? Is there more gender diversity? Is there inclusion of First Nations? Are there really positive environmental benefits? So we want to understand all of the benefits encompassed within your project. And then you've told us you've got a really ambitious, really transformative new project that's going to make tons of money and create lots of jobs for Canada. Okay, so what's your plan to actually achieve that? How are you going to get from the start of the project, if you've got an idea, to actually get to a commercialized point of showing us how you're going to actually create all those fantastic results? And we want to see those paths. We want to see how you're going to lay out that fabric and how you're going to take that journey. And then do you have the right partners? Do you have the right project partners in the consortium? Do you want NGen to try and find you some partners? Do you have a gap? Maybe you're missing a tier one. Can we help you out? But we will be looking to see whether you've got the right skills in the consortium to deliver what you're saying you want to deliver, and whether you've got the right access to facilities. And then another real fundamental question is why should we fund you? Why do you need taxpayers' money to do this project? You've got a really good project idea. It's really transformative. It's got a really good business case. So why do you need federal funding? And there's a number of good answers to that. I'm not going to give you them all, but doing them at a different scale, doing them at a different speed, maybe hitting a very sweet spot on the market, which gives you, confers global strength for Canada because you've managed to accelerate to that market point. But give us the explanation of why you actually need this money. And then finally, it's a financial commitment question. So what does each partner committing to the project? What is the financial structure? What is the financial breakdown of the work packages? Is the majority of the money going into labor and materials? Or are you looking for elements of capital equipment and things of that nature? And so we will assess projects broadly every quarter. So we're going to do about 4 assessments a year. The next deadline for the initial application is on noon on the 7th of June. And then we'll be doing future assessments in September and November. You're always going to hit a holiday period, so the September one is obviously timed. You've got a bit of a summer break, but then there's one quite close after in November to try and get us ahead of the Christmas holidays as well. So we're always open. We're always open for ideas. We're always open for initial applications, and we'll batch them and assess them on a quarterly basis. We will then run an assessment, and this is an independent review by 5 assessors. So 5 assessors that have either business or technology expertise will be assigned to your project. They will be anonymous to each other, so there'll be no conferring, and they will individually score your project and give feedback. And typically this is about 20 pages of feedback. I mean, they will go through some significant detail, and we'll correlate all that feedback. So no matter what happens, you'll always get the feedback from those 5 independent assessors, and the best projects will be invited through to a full application. And the full application is exactly the same 10 questions. We're not trying to change the bar or ask you a whole different suite of questions. It's exactly the same 10. We're just looking for significantly more detail. We rerun the independent assessment process as per before. And for the best projects, we move to contracting. So if you're selected, we sign a contract, a master project agreement, and NGen then monitors the project for compliance in line with the federal rules have been set for us to monitor projects. And if you're sitting there going, I'm not quite ready to do this eligibility screening and sort of submit into the formal process, we still want to hear from you. This is kind of, this is our opportunity to say we're open for business. Let's start that collaboration journey together. Email us at project@ngen.ca, and we'll start that discussion. We'll start working on your project ideas. We will try and work with you to get the best project together, help find you partners, and use as much of our capabilities and resources at our disposal for you. And that's the 5-minute version of that process. If you want the 3-hour version of that process, for eligible projects, we're running a webinar on the 30th of April, and we will go through every single project in detail. And what are we trying to achieve? Better products, more high-value jobs, and global companies with world-leading advanced manufacturing capabilities. Thank you very much.